welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Transportation System.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Double Dose of Disney podcast. My name is Brittany, and I am joined here by my Cheshire cat tail loving husband, Tony.
Says who?
Says you. We are freshly off of our most recent trip to Walt Disney World, and we said before we went that kind of one of our goals for this trip was to try all new foods at Disney. There's over 400 different places you can eat at, and we're like, we go to the same place all the time, let's change it up. So now being on the other side of it, we decided we couldn't wait to just share like all of the places that we loved eating at on our vacation. And so we figured it'd be fun to share kind of our favorite items and places that we enjoyed during our vacation. And I will say that Tony told me many times how much he loved the Cheshire Cattail / Tiger Tail in Animal Kingdom, Cheshire Cattail at Magic Kingdom. So I don't know if you included that, but
Is it T or a C? Is it Cheshire or is it Cheshire?
Cheshire.
What does that mean?
Cheshire. It's the
You
Cheshire.
better be careful because you're gonna get fact checked on
Baby,
that.
it's the Cheshire cat from Alice in Wonderland.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Okay.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, it's the
No
Cheshire.
clue.
That whole stand where it's at is actually themed to Alice in Wonderland.
So it might have been a mutual agreement on how good it was.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into it. Is that on your list?
Possibly.
Okay. Yeah, we had the absolute best time on our vacation. We have so many ideas for things that we want to talk about on the podcast and stuff like that. But it was I guess just in like a brief synopsis, because we can't just like get into the podcast without talking about we had this amazing trip to Disney. It was the girls' first trip to Disney. I will be honest and say that I was a little nervous before we went because so many people had told us, like, what are you doing taking 2-3-month-olds on a plane, taking them to Walt Disney World? And as a shocker to neither Tony nor I, God has uniquely equipped them to be our girls. Like Henley slept both ways on the flight. Bentley slept like half the time, but neither of them like ever made a sound on the flights, to the point where people were like, oh my gosh, your babies didn't even make a peep. We had an absolute blast with them in the parks. It was different. We did Disney obviously differently, and we'll make some podcast episodes on that, like how to do Disney with infants and stuff. But it was no less magical, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of content to talk about now, but we'll try to keep it brief on like the girls. We'll obviously dip into it from time to time on this one, but yeah, I mean, this one we'll try to talk more on the snacks, like our overall snacks,
Right.
Not just quick service. It can be anything.
Yeah.
This was our top, but obviously, like this is a monumental trip with the girls. This is our typical week-long
Right.
vacation, and we'll dip a little bit. We'll do other podcast episodes just on like how we traveled with them.
Yeah.
Things we've learned, whatever. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of everything, but try to keep more on just on the topic in this one.
Yeah, something that we're going to start doing each week is we are going to start going to 2 episodes a week, and 1 episode each week will just be like the regular Disney, like planning content, Disney tips, like all the stuff that we normally are doing podcasts on. We're going to start doing a second episode on like traveling to Disney as a family. Something that we really like, that I have felt like God has just been pressing on my heart. I've talked about it on Instagram. If you have followed me on Instagram, about slowing down in life and creating memories as a family with Tony and the girls and all of those things. So it's like something that's been really important to me lately. And then when we were on our trip, so many people were just like shocked that we had 3-month-olds at Disney World. And our girls are our greatest blessing. And I said something similar to this on Instagram today too. Like, just because it looks easy doesn't mean that it's not heavy, if that makes sense. So I think that's the right quote. But like, sometimes people are equipped for different things. I feel like God equips you for different things, and God equipped Tony and I to uniquely be twin parents, and has given us like a mantle for that. So is it hard in moments? Sure, but we'll never complain about our girls, and we had the absolute best time traveling with them, and we can't wait to just share all about that.
Yeah, and even this episode was dictated by traveling with them.
Right.
We normally are all out for every food, every snack, everything. And this trip was dictated by, could we do everything? No, because we had we like to get them by bed about 8 o'clock, typically around there when we're at the house. So they're pretty much kind of in that ballpark.
Right.
So we didn't eat out a lot of table service like we normally would. So
Well,
a lot of our snacks turned into a little bit more meal, or little things way different. But we still got some of the same table service, just not as many as we would have typically done.
Yeah, and we, like, for this vacation, like Tony said, like, our vacation was, it was more, like, we typically go to the parks, or we go in the morning, we get breakfast, then we head to the parks for the day. We're there until fireworks at night, every single night. We'll eat dinner either at the park, or we'll eat dinner at a resort or something like that. Sometimes we go out for a drink afterwards. Obviously, all of that changed on this trip. We never even saw the fireworks.
Yeah, on that note, that was one of our last episodes. One of the things I look forward to is seeing the fireworks.
Never happened.
We didn't see the fireworks once.
Nope.
It's just because we stayed too long in the parks, want to do what we want to do, and that was more important than like just seeing the fireworks.
Right.
And we wanted to, and we were fine with that. We wanted to see them, but we did rides, we did other things, we just prioritized over it.
Yeah, and there was so at Magic Kingdom was a park that I really wanted to see the fireworks the most at. We stayed at Boardwalk, and so at Magic Kingdom we wanted to see the fireworks. Fireworks there each evening is at 8 right now, and we could have made it. Like, the girls, we could stretch their bedtime a little bit, but when we were there, the Pro Bowl was going on, there was a cheerleading competition going on, so there were quite a few things going on, and the park was just packed.
Every park felt packed.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, is it really worth us trying to play the transportation game, possible meltdown, like not knowing how long, it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it wasn't
worth it.
No, and we know that we'll be back again. We're annual pass holders now. Yay. We know that we'll be back again. So it's not like we'll be back in a few months. So it's not like we're never going to see it again. And Disney better not take Happily Ever After away before we get to see it again. But we know that we'll be back again. And when we go back, our girls will be a little bit bigger. Maybe there's a little bit more flexibility with their bedtime. But we kind of wanted to stick to that and do kind of what was best for them. That's always kind of what we think about. So with that said, let's get into our favorite things that we ate at. Oh, by the way, really quick, we stayed at Boardwalk. The reason Tony said that we didn't eat at as many table service locations, or we just had a snack, the reason is we loved Boardwalk, but I wish we would have stayed there as just a couples trip. I've talked about this on Instagram. I don't think it's necessarily the best resort for a family that's at our life stage. That's why we ate in the parks, or we really didn't eat at all. One night we ordered Uber Eats because there's no quick service there. Okay, ready?
Never ready.
Go. What is your top favorite thing you ate on the trip?
The top favorite thing was the one that was actually like the most challenging to even eat. And it was the buttermilk fried chicken, the loaded smashed potato. Put in like quotation marks. It was at the Grand Floridian.
Yep.
And it came with a warm bacon vinaigrette.
Ooh.
And like a quick backstory, like this was a hard one for us to get. We were stretching the girls in that day. Like it was 7:30.
It was an 8 o'clock reservation. That was our anniversary. We had been at Magic Kingdom all day. Not all day. Well, yeah, no, we had been at Magic Kingdom all day. And, but it was a really good day. We had a lot of fun. And the girls had slept a lot. Like, we wore them in our carriers most of the day. And so one of the things that Tony and I are used to doing on trips that we learned we don't necessarily do with the girls is we would leave the parks and go eat somewhere else. And so we would go like hop on the monorail and go somewhere. We had never been to Grand Floridian, so we wanted to go to Grand Floridian. And I asked Tony, you want to go to Grand Floridian Cafe? He said, sure. We got to Grand Floridian. We tried to get in Enchanted Rose to have a drink. The line was way too long for that. So Tony was like, do we even stay here? Like, we were talking back and forth. And that's why he says that it was the most challenging, because we stretched the girls' bedtime. Henley ended up holding her. Like, I wore her in the carrier half the time, and then Tony held her. But Bentley slept in the stroller.
Yeah, and this is the, so we'd never been here. I'd never been here. But yeah, I heard cafe. I'm like, okay, so what's the menu? Like we're looking at kind of like a sandwich burger. No, this is like upscale.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy pricing. It's your typical. Maybe I don't know, mid-20s or.
It was
and there's some
upper
entrees.
20s. Yeah.
But this was. Look at the picture right now. It is like the one. What I got was the fried chicken with the loaded smashed potatoes. It had 2 big breasts. Just smothered. Kind of like your typical fried chicken, crisp. And this is one of those menus where it has a select. It only has like 6 entrees on there. So they're all good.
Right.
And this is just melt in your mouth.
Yeah. That was like, I'm so glad that we got to eat there. Tony's showing me a picture of the food right now. I'll post it on this week's, on Instagram this week. I'll share a carousel as a post of all of the food items that we ate. I'm really excited that we got to eat at Grand Floridian Cafe. Like I've always been kind of apprehensive about Grand Floridian just because I feel like it's beautiful on the outside, but I'm like, is it going to be stuffy inside? And we had never been in there, not because of that, we just never had gone over there. And so I was excited to get to eat there. I was excited to get to try it. We've made dining reservations at Grand Floridian Cafe multiple times because they have a brunch. They used to have it was like a brunch. Now it's called breakfast and lunch, but I think it's pretty much like a similar menu. So I'm glad that we got to eat there.
This one was probably up there for me too because it's one of those you don't see anybody, of all like content or whatever you watch or know about, you just don't know about it really.
Right.
Especially dinner.
At Grand Floridian Cafe?
Yeah, so I didn't even know what they even had.
I've heard about it for brunch, but I'd never heard of it for dinner.
So looking at it, it was a surprise what they even had. And I actually asked the waiter or waitress, what's the top thing? What's the top 2 things? And she recommended something, boom, got it. And that's another pro tip, number 964. Just always ask them. I mean, they're not going to lie to you and just pick something random, especially if they haven't tried it.
Right.
And so she, it's either a top seller or they've tried it for sure. And this was a top one. I think she's a top 1 or 2. And yeah, I didn't even finish it all either. I mean, it was a lot of food.
No, I had some of it and it was really good. What was it? What did you say the sauce was? A lemon what?
It was a warm bacon vinegar.
It was so good.
It was like on top of the smashed potato. I mean, everything just melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Not in your hand.
No, that was like a really good thing.
Go hungry for that sucker because it's a lot of meat.
My top favorite is, can you guess it?
The same restaurant.
No. My top favorite is actually a treat. So we stayed at Boardwalk like we talked about. The Boardwalk like gift shop, they have their bakery case there. And I've always been apprehensive of eating baked goods from a place outside of like the parks because I feel like they're not going to necessarily be as fresh or something like that. But I went out on a limb and I got a Mickey shaped Rice Krispie bar that was dipped in chocolate on the front, and it had those little colored
mini M&Ms.
Yeah, the mini M&Ms
good ones
on it. It was amazing. Tony and I split it.
It was soft and chewy.
Yeah, we split it. It was one night we had gotten, it was the first night we checked into Boardwalk. We had gotten back from Animal Kingdom and we went and ate at Boardwalk Deli. Boardwalk Deli was if I said my least favorite places at Disney, that would be
not on your list, obviously.
No, it's not.
I don't know why, but I don't like it.
No, but it's because the food's not good.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's just boring.
I'm just expecting something different and more. A lot of their sandwiches are cold.
They don't toast their sandwiches, I don't think.
That's probably why. I mean, I don't know. It's not bad.
Yeah, they don't toast their sandwiches or something. To me, I could make a sandwich like that at the house. So because
they got grab and go salads, but I don't know.
Yeah, and they have a pastry case there too. But I was really excited when Boardwalk Deli opened. That night we got back from Animal Kingdom. The girls were we're not going to be able to make a table service reservation. The only table service locations there are Trattoria El Forno and Flying Fish because Big River Grill closed. So we were we're not going to be able to make a table service reservation. We're just going to have to eat at Boardwalk Deli. We went in there. I ordered a gluten-free turkey sandwich, and Tony got an Italian sandwich or something like that. And while we were waiting for them, we went down to the Boardwalk to the gift shop and they had the bakery case. I got that Rice Krispie. And when I tell you that I ate half of it or 3/4 of it before I even gave it to Tony, it was so good. I went back the next day and got another one.
No, I mean,
and made up for my sad sandwich.
we hear it all the time. Like, oh, don't get anything that's like that, or just in general. I don't know. Like people say certain things. Like,
I think what people actually say is they say don't get the treats that are in cellophane. Like the ones that are in the bakery case are so good. The ones that are in the cellophane have probably been sitting there for a while.
Amazing.
So these Mickey shaped Rice Krispies, they have them at like the confectionery. They pretty much have them at any bakery on Disney property. They're all like the classic Mickey shaped treats, but they have different ones for like Christmas. They theme it differently and different stuff like that. Either way, if you get a chance, you should get them.
Or you got 2 of them.
I got 2 of them.
I tried one of them.
They were so good. I could have eaten it every single day of my trip.
Yeah, we didn't even have a Mickey bar. That replaced it.
Yeah, no, that was so good.
And I would easily replace that one for that.
Yeah,
Mickey bar out.
It was like so soft, so chewy. It was, oh my gosh, it was so good. I mean,
Mickey bar for the hot days. This for the cold days.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even a thought. It wasn't even a question. Really good.
It was really good. Number
2, favorite, Tony. This is gonna surprise a lot of people.
Okay.
What do you think it is?
The Cheshire Cocktail.
No. Okay. It's the puffy pizza, unquote, pizza Rizzo. I had the pepperoni and meatball. It comes with like a little side Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, we came in and we were hungry. That's why same thing I said. I mean, is this so good because I'm hungry? I was like, no, I'm looking at the picture right now. I was like, it's got the perfect amount of like sauce.
It was
It's
sausage.
like
it was sausage and pepperoni.
Yeah, I mean, everybody just likes to just. It's like a turkey leg. Everybody loves to just say, not good.
Yeah.
Pizza,
Well,
no good. This thing, I think I gave it like what, an 8?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Unbelievable.
It's from Pizza Rizzo in Hollywood Studios. It's called Pizza Rizzo. Like it should be good pizza, right?
I mean, the ratio I thought was perfect. I mean, maybe like I said, maybe if you just got the cheese. I mean, I got both meats and. It wasn't like a huge amount of breading. The sauce was like just right. Everything was perfect.
The pizza fit like
hot.
like a small like paper dinner plate. Like that's like the pizza.
It filled up the whole plate.
Yeah, it filled the entire plate.
Put the pictures in. It looks amazing.
Tony was
watering.
like, it was really good. Like I tried a bite of it, and it was really good. Maybe like
I like good pizza. I like crab pizza. This is actually like good pizza.
Maybe like Pizza Fari and Animal Kingdom isn't as good.
Now I'm on a mission to try all the crappy pizza in Disney. There was crappy.
When we're going back to Disney.
This one I'm giving a 7 or 8. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
We're going back to Disney in May. When we go back to Disney in May, you are eating every pizza.
I think it was like $13. You get the pizza and the little. I mean, perfect amount of food for one person.
Yeah,
plenty of food.
Yeah,
no complaints.
Yeah, so when Tony,
maybe if it was cold, it would suck. I mean, I got a good hot one.
When Tony ate at Pizza Rizzo, I went to ABC Commissary and I got the Mediterranean salad, and I walked over with my sad salad, which it sounded good on the website, and then I ordered it. Yeah, I ordered it, and I went over to ABC Commissary. My phone was dying. I had to go back to Pizza Rizzo. Because I was afraid like I wouldn't be able to find Tony. And then I walked back to ABC Commissary after I like got my phone charger, and I didn't have my ID, and I had ordered a watermelon margarita. The whole reason I wanted to eat at ABC Commissary is because I have wanted that watermelon margarita for 4 years and I've never gotten it. It was not there.
You went for the drink and not the salad. You got the salad, no drink, and the salad. It looked bad.
The salad was...
It looked like something you pull off at HEB or the Walmart, just grab it.
It was like Romanian. It was like
cold
romaine lettuce with like Kalamata olives with hummus and carrots and chicken, and the chicken was cold. And they didn't even.
The side salad I had for my Pizza Rizzo was better.
They didn't even give me like a dressing with it, and so I'm eating it, and I was telling Tony, I was eating my carrots and I was like dipping them in hummus. And I actually really love carrots. And so like I'm enjoying my carrots out of the meal. And I'm telling Tony.
Insult to injury.
I'm telling Tony, I point behind me because behind there is like Mama Melrose, and on the top of the building,
Boom.
there's like this balcony, and it had like
Which I've been looking at for like 30 minutes.
it had like a grill and like bicycle on it, and I was like, that's so cool that Disney did those details. And so I'm like pointing up at the balcony, and I'm like, Tony, look. That's so cool. And as I'm saying that, this older man walks by me, and I have the carrot in my hand that I'm like pointing with. And when he walks by me, he like obviously didn't see I had a carrot in my hand.
Oh, he saw.
He knocks the carrot.
Oh, he didn't feel it. Like,
He knocks
yeah,
the
right.
carrot out of my hand, and it hits the floor, and it was my last carrot. I was so sad.
The bro didn't even like stop, didn't look.
No, he didn't say sorry.
He didn't wink, and he was just going for some napkins. And walked straight back behind you, never looked at us. Like, it's just like those people, like I said, same people who drive the scooters in Disney World, isn't it? They don't
Not
care.
all of the people.
Not everyone, but 98% of them, they don't care about who's in front of them.
Yeah.
They're coming straight through you.
It was so funny. Like, I was excited to eat at ABC
Funny.
Commissary because I've been looking at that salad and I was like, I bet that'll be good. And then, it was very sad. And my last carrot hit the ground. So, that's not one that I would include.
Yeah.
But my second favorite is the Grand Floridian Cafe. I got the caramelized onion soup gratin, which is basically a French onion soup. It was so good. I got that for my appetizer. And then I got a pan-seared salmon, and it came with yucca, chorizo, and a veggie hash. That was absolutely delicious. I also got a poblano margarita. Disney has poblano margaritas right now, and I'm a spicy marg girl, so I got those multiple times on our trip. But I would say that was my number 2 thing that I ate during our trip, only behind the Rice Krispie bar.
Surprising.
So really, our like top places are Grand Floridian.
My next one, number 3. Debated. I mean, it's really close. Really close top 3. I mean, it
Tony's
could be,
sweating.
It could be number 1. It's a jambalaya.
Ooh,
Yeah, boat rides. I mean,
that was good.
The flavors were amazing. Just look at this picture again. Like, it gave you like a little skewer of 3 or 4
Wait,
shrimp
you
on the side.
You need to acknowledge boat rides because nobody ever even talks about boat rides.
No. I mean, in this place, we've always wanted, like, that's why we stayed. We did a little split stay just for a day there. And
We stayed at boat rides is at Port Orleans Riverside, and
we did
it's
a big old wheel.
its full name is Boat Rides Dining Hall.
Yeah, we had a late reservation. It was perfect. Girls went there with us, and yeah, it was good. They give you the cheddar biscuits as a little
No, they give you cornbread.
cornbread.
Yeah, it's cornbread there. Cheddar biscuits, you're thinking of Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
So everything blended in the shrimp. It was a big bang and a week journey.
But they gave you cornbread, and you loved the cornbread.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, but they give you like a little skewer of shrimp on the side and a big old piece of sausage. And I mean, I didn't finish the last one either. Like a bed of rice, and like I said, the flavor was just really good here.
It was really good.
Usually do Boathouse
Right.
on our first initial dining reservation going into our trip, and I said this was just as good for me.
It was like so.
It's not some fancy place.
No, it's
but
not.
It has like you won't be disappointed.
No, and I thought the food there was really good too. I got blackened salmon there that night with like it came with like a lemon butter sauce and dirty rice and green beans. It was really good too. Like I honestly was trying to like decide which ones like which of my favorites to include, and that one was on it and just didn't make it. But it was such a good place to eat at. Like I liked that it was casual. One of my favorite things about this trip is we went into it with no dining reservations other than eating at Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. And it was really fun to me to make reservations. Like that night we got off the bus, we took Mears, we got off Mears, checked into our room, got everything situated, and then I just looked on the app to see what reservations were available. Boat Rides isn't a place that's going to fill up anyway, but we got a dining reservation for about an hour later, so we went and sat at the lounge, had a drink, which, by the way, Yeehaw Bob popped in, and I was like, Yeehaw Bob, Yeehaw Bob, that is Yeehaw Bob.
He looked like a clam, like, this guy must work somewhere around here.
So if you don't know,
Yeehaw Bob,
Yeehaw Bob is a performer at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside in the lounge. He puts on like kind of like a like piano bar type atmosphere, of course, family friendly. And he sings like Happy Birthday and all these things. And Yeehaw Bob is kind of like a Disney staple. So I was sitting there having a margarita, and all of a sudden Yeehaw Bob walks by me, and I lost my ever loving mind. Like I was fangirling like somebody would for like, I don't know, like,
Don't say it.
I won't say it, but we all know who it is. If I was a Swiftie, it would have been like that equal. So I'm a Yeehaw Bobby. I'm a Yeehaw Bobby.
It's the day before the Super Bowl, so now we're going to curse the Chiefs, and they're going to lose tomorrow.
We're gonna curse the Chiefs.
49ers are going to win tomorrow.
Yeah.
On a different note, like if you actually, it's like a inner circle of Disney because nobody knows about this guy unless you actually really know Disney.
Right.
But if you do want to see him, you better get there because
It was packed.
No, there's some regulars that are in there playing peanut.
Yeah.
They're playing cards there for probably an hour. Like this place is already packed. They're just sitting there chilling.
Like
so
we
we just happened to just scoot on the outside. Just somebody was leaving. Like there's not really any open.
Yeah, we didn't. So we were in. So
anywhere.
this lounge is like right off the main lobby of Port Orleans Riverside, and we were just waiting for our dining reservation to be open. We were sitting and we like walked through the gift shop and everything, and we had a little bit of time. We were like, let's grab a drink really quick. The girls were asleep in the stroller, so we just like sat down and like we're gonna have a drink, but it was so packed in there, and we were like, why is it crowded in here? And I don't think that they have a lounge menu or anything like that of items you can order. And
I think it's appetizers.
Yeah, they had appetizers. And so we were like, why is it so crowded in here? And then all of a sudden Yeehaw Bob walks through, and I'm like, what?
Yeehaw!
It was so fun. As a side note, we were talking about, we took the girls everywhere with us on this trip. And when we are dining at these locations, at table service locations, before we went to Disney, I was really nervous about like, are they going to let us in with our stroller? Because obviously right now they can't sit up in a high chair. And since
they could, but they'd probably be a hunch than this.
yeah, since we have, I just had a mental image. Since we have twins, if we were both wearing them in a carrier, like that's fine to do on a ride, but it's a little bit less comfortable to like try to eat with them in it. So Disney was amazing about every single table service location, like allowing us to bring our stroller in. Our stroller is a tandem stroller. It's one in front. It's like the one seat in front of the other, so it's not a side by side. Side by side strollers are the ones that they kind of have issue with allowing you to bring in the restaurant. But if you have a tandem stroller, you can rent one, like one of the Mockingbird ones from somewhere in Orlando, or you can bring your own. We have the UPPAbaby one. Either way, Disney is beyond amazing in accommodating to that, especially if you tell them that your babies are sleeping, they're fine. So we got to bring the stroller into every single restaurant. My number 3.
Hey, do I get to go or no?
What?
You went 2 in a row.
No, you just said that you had the jambalaya.
Yeah, cruising. I thought is it on yours again.
Did you have anything else to add?
No, that was it.
What do you want to talk about?
We didn't actually get to see him, by the way. We didn't actually watch Yeehaw Bob.
No, I ran in there and I took a clip of it while Tony was waiting at the table with the girls. We did get the fritters there, and we didn't love those.
We'll get into more of that on another episode.
Okay.
We're sticking to the real plan on this one.
Yeah, we didn't love that, but everything else was good.
Maybe we'll talk about our full trip, brief full trip in another episode.
Ooh, that would be good.
Just go through it all.
Okay. Number 3 for me is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. I was actually incredibly surprised by this dining location. Obviously, we wanted to eat there because it's all themed to Toy Story. We've talked about before, like when I was pregnant with the girls, we'd say like Tony would like listen to my belly, and the girls would go completely silent, and Tony would be like, we'd be like, Andy's coming, and in the restaurant they do that. They will yell, Andy's coming. You hear Andy's voice, and all of a sudden you are a toy in the restaurant. Everyone in the restaurant is a toy, and everyone is supposed to stop what they're doing. And you look around the restaurant, and people are like getting a spoon to put like into their mouth, and they're holding the spoon. Like everybody's frozen. It is such a fun restaurant. So I knew that it would be fun, but I didn't know if the food was going to be good. I was very surprised by how good the food was. We're from Texas. We eat barbecue pretty regularly. It's barbecue, but the ribs reminded me of my grandpa's ribs. Like they were so good. And it's a prefix meal, so it's $45 per adult, $25 per child. It comes with that's where we had the cheddar biscuits. The cheddar biscuits were chef's kiss. it was like a sweet pepper jelly. You didn't like that the jelly wasn't warm, but and then it had salads, which I don't think, like, I ate like the watermelon mint salad, I think.
We didn't waste our time on that. It just was like a filler one, like they sent out real early in probably 15 minutes in between, and hoping you don't eat as much. But no, this is okay. This is on my list too.
Oh, cool.
This is number 5.
Okay.
So that one's gone. But like we've said we didn't say it here, but we talked about the meats.
Meat
perfect.
sweats.
I mean,
we've
brisket,
talked about that.
At least what we had, the brisket really good. I don't like a lot of.
It was lean.
I don't like a lot of fatty, brisket. Perfect. Sausage, rolled it up, awesome, cool. Yeah, ribs, good. Sides,
chicken.
Yeah,
You ate the chicken. I didn't eat it.
Not a huge barbecue.
It's a chicken
yeah.
quartered.
Didn't no good.
Yeah, no. And then what was cool about it too is, so we love the ribs, we love the brisket. Tony has been wanting to try this sausage because it's like it's not spiral,
Just the look
but
of it,
yeah, it's like wrapped up in a circle.
It's like a Jimmy Dean rolled up.
Yeah, and so he was excited to try the sausage.
Like a lollipop is.
Yeah, he was excited to try the sausage. They had the chicken quarters. I don't eat chicken quarters. That's like a side story with my dad used to make them all the time. I hate them.
We're just not a fan of that one.
But it also, and it came with baked beans. Also, though, our waiter was amazing. His name was Lucas. If you go to Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, ask for Lucas. He's awesome. He asked if we wanted the smoked salmon, which was offered to us. And it's like cedar plank smoked salmon. That salmon was really, really good. And you're not paying anything extra.
They just want to know do you want it so you don't waste, throwing out the roof and no one's going to eat it.
But like, if it's not offered to you, make sure to ask because it's available.
It's a small portion too.
Yeah, it was a small portion.
Obviously eat more what you want, but it might take a little bit.
Right.
But overall, meats we liked, sides we didn't like.
Yeah, the sides. So that was the only thing I was disappointed with there. Before we went, they had a potato salad. They had like roasted vegetables. They had coleslaw. They had potato barrels. They had mac and cheese. They had baked beans.
And they still had the potato.
And
barrels.
they had corn on the cob, and then they also had fried pickle spears.
So corn on the cob we liked.
Yeah,
it was like a kind of like the.
It was like street corn.
Yeah, so it had like the
like
Parmesan,
cojita cheese, yeah.
That was good. Potato barrels, we can get there anywhere.
Potato barrels are tater tots.
And then they had the macaroni and cheese with like frosted flakes. What was it on top?
Macaroni and cheese, no, with goldfish on top.
Yeah, no. Your kids like that, but come on. I mean, come on.
People love that. They love it.
They
sell it at Grand Floridian and Gasparilla Grill, and people go crazy for it.
No. Get some fried okra or something.
Yeah, the veggie slaw was good. I told Tony it was interesting. I like a mayo based coleslaw, and it was mayo based. But typically, mayo based coleslaw is for seafood, and vinegar coleslaw is for barbecue. So it was interesting that they did that. Either way, I liked it. The baked beans, I think I just tried a little bit of them.
Yeah, tip here, like a lot of fill up on what you want to eat.
Right.
Don't even waste your time. They're gonna put it out there anyway.
Yeah.
Just don't get any more what you don't try it all. But don't waste your time filling up on eat the meats. Eat what's good.
So what happened at this restaurant is like there used to be 8 sides. There used to be the pickle spears, the roasted vegetables, the potato salad. They took those 3 away because you used to be able to choose from you could choose any 5 sides. And so you wouldn't get the other 3. They took those 3 away and then kept the 5 that are there. So now everybody gets the same sides. They're saying that they did it because it makes it easier for the kitchen to just pop it out for everybody. But I don't know.
In the day, eat the meat.
Yeah, we skipped out on the desserts because we were so stuffed from dinner. We were we don't need the desserts. But everybody gets to choose one dessert, and they're all individually portioned.
This is one of those I said it was a huge bucket list one.
Right.
We won't eat there every time. It'll probably be every I don't know, every 2 or 3 trips we'll maybe probably eat there, especially when we're in that park. If you're gonna eat there, we'll go that or sci-fi.
I want to try Mama Melrose there still. Hollywood Brown Derby.
Brown Derby, we kind of typically just do a drink or
we go to the lounge outside. And you can get the full menu at the lounge if you want to.
So it would not be an every time dinner for us, but we would definitely do it again.
No, and I like you said, in the park there's not a ton of stuff to eat. I still do want to try to Mama Melrose because I think I've heard it's an underrated Italian food restaurant. But my heart is still with Sci-Fi Dine-In. However, if I had to say between Sci-Fi Dine-In and Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, which one I choose for food alone, I would probably say Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. Just because I like the barbecue. It was so good.
It's not really much of a decision.
But Sci-Fi Dine is good too. I mean, the atmosphere is just amazing.
It's above average burgers.
Womp womp.
My turn?
Yep.
My turn again. Been a while. So we've already talked about it. It's the cattail.
Womp 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 womp.
So this one actually got both versions. The first one was actually in Animal Kingdom.
The tiger tail.
The tiger. It's called the tiger tail.
It's a tiger tail in Animal Kingdom. It's a Cheshire cat tail in Magic Kingdom.
So looking at the picture, this one has like your little chocolate stripes and then orange.
Wait, explain what the tiger tail is. It's I know you're showing it to me, but the tiger tail is.
How do you explain it?
It's a pastry. It's a Danish. And it's chocolate filled It's a chocolate filled pastry.
Picture for sure, yeah.
And it's got at Animal Kingdom, like what Tony's saying, it's got like brown stripes on it with orange stripes of like frosting. And so you got, did it come warm?
So it's like a bread pastry. I don't think it has anything in it, and then it just has like stripes of little chocolate chips and then icing on the top of it too. And in Animal Kingdom, it's a tiger, so it's the orange and like brown. And then the cattail, we got that sucker too. That was really good. It was pink and same thing. It just had purple and pink icing instead. Both of them, amazing. They were like they weren't cold, so that made it really good. It was like warm. The one in Magic Kingdom, you said it had more chocolate chips.
Yeah, the one in Magic Kingdom,
Less
I felt like had
breading.
more. I liked the one in Animal Kingdom more than the one in Magic Kingdom.
Either way, there's no way I'm ever gonna pass up this ever again in either park. It's just like I think it's like $5 or $6. And
It's $5.
if you like a donut, this puts a donut to shame.
So Disney's official description of it is the tiger tail is a puff pastry packed with chocolate on the inside and even more chocolate on the outside. So it's got a chocolate drizzle and orange flavored chocolate tops this treat off and gives it the tail-like presentation.
And that is Disney's website? Wow.
Yeah.
Mine looks way better. Really a poor presentation on that day.
Yeah,
that must have been a training day.
Yeah, so apparently it was so popular at Magic Kingdom that they brought it over to Animal Kingdom. In Animal Kingdom, you can find it at Isle of Java. And then in Magic Kingdom...
You've got to be looking for them, too. It's not a big, there's it's no big restaurant sign or anything. It's really those small little huts.
Where?
Either one. Like Magic Kingdom was right outside of the teacups.
Yeah, Magic
Kind
Kingdom...
of. Yeah, right outside the teacups. And Animal Kingdom was towards the entrance, I think. Kind of Dino Land.
Yeah. Yeah, and Magic Kingdom is... Where is it at?
I don't remember what it was called, but you gotta look for them. We'll post it when we find
I
it.
would say that the one in Magic Kingdom had way more chocolate to it. I just think that it did, but it was really good.
This was one of those that was a bucket list for me for a long time. Because it's not something you'll see. Like there's a little placard of a sign of a menu at little stops, and that's it. There's like 2-3 things. And typically there's nobody even waiting out there because there's like popcorn.
Oh, duh. It's at the
cattail.
Cheshire Cafe. Hello. So it's the Cheshire Cafe in Fantasyland, right on the border of like Tomorrowland, and it's called the Cheshire Cat Tail.
Yeah, there's nobody ever waiting there for anything.
It's $5.99 now. It used to
Animal
be
Kingdom was the one we didn't know. I can't remember where it was at.
Animal Kingdom is in Isle of Java.
Okay.
So Animal Kingdom is the one that's kind of tucked away. Cheshire Cafe in Magic Kingdom is more noticeable. We would walk by it like every time. We just never stopped there and got anything.
Amazing.
I will say that on this trip, one of the things that was nice, because we didn't have, typically we have a quick service location that we'll go grab breakfast at our resort each morning. Because we didn't really have that, Boardwalk Deli had breakfast sandwiches, but again, we weren't impressed with it. So we would eat, I was kind of sad because we just wouldn't eat breakfast, which wasn't my favorite. I love eating in the cafe in the
Some
morning.
days.
But we most of the time, like, we would grab food in the parks. And so then Tony got to try a lot of things that he was, like, wanting to try. And me too.
So that's my list. I have some honorable mentions later.
How is that your list? I still have 2.
Because I had Roundup as my last one.
Okay, my fourth one is the Casey's Corner Chipotle Barbecue Hot Dog. This is a hot dog that is topped with pulled pork with slaw and Chipotle barbecue sauce.
This is a amount of toppings on a big hot dog.
Tony got the Chipotle barbecue fries, and the fries were good. I got the hot dog, and the hot dog was so good. So Disney is, like, on this trend right now, you know, like how it's really trendy to have, like, these, like, hot dogs that are topped with a bunch of stuff. Disney's on that trend. And the only thing I didn't like was, you know, like those really thick hot dogs, that's what this is. So it made it hard to kind of eat the food. But all of it together was so good. Like, was I a mess as I was eating it? Yes, absolutely.
No, you had to eat it with a fork.
Yeah, I did have to eat it.
It's an Instagram moment.
I had to eat it with. I had to eat it with a fork, but I would eat it with a fork again because all of the flavors together were so good.
There was a side on Henley and your shorts before you even had a bite of it.
True.
I mean, it looked good, but I don't like the stuff that you have to eat. You know, it's like a hamburger that's too big for your mouth.
Right.
That's not even any fun.
No.
I mean, you can't get everything in one bite.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good. I would definitely get it again, but, like, honestly, like, I told them I had asked for a gluten-free bun at Casey's Corner. I didn't even end up eating the bun because the whole hot dog fell apart and I had to, like, eat it with a fork. So next time I would just,
side note,
I would just throw the bun away.
We found out that you can't get a gluten-free
bun through mobile order.
Or you actually have to go in line.
Yeah.
So here's your refresher picture of your.
It was so good.
On your knee.
So we had gone to Magic Kingdom one morning, and it was kind of cold this trip. Like, it was colder than normal. And we got into the park, and I thought it was going to be warm. It was warm in temperature, but it was, like, super windy. And we were freezing.
Yeah, it would have been perfect, but just the wind, so a little bit of chill.
Yeah, we were freezing, so we had pajamas for the girls to change them into. But Tony and I were cold because we were in shorts.
Listening to podcasts before, you know I pack light.
Yeah.
No jacket.
Yeah. Which, by the way, from now on, I think you should just pack a jacket just in case.
This was one of those, I didn't even get a haircut before we left.
No.
I barely even had shoes in the thing. It was a lot.
He was walking onto the plane barefoot.
I wish.
Just kidding.
We should have had somebody taking a picture of us in the airport. I mean, we had a kid strapped at the front. We had 3 bags apiece and a carry-on strapped to the side.
No, we didn't have the girls strapped to the front on the way there. That was on the way back.
We did both, 2 different maneuvers.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on a flight. We'll talk about that too, because one way we, like, pushed them through the airport in their stroller, and then on the way back we just, like, we should have just gate checked, or we should have just checked our stroller with luggage. We gate checked it instead, so we still had to push it through the airport, but we had both the girls on us.
We got a whole episode on Understand Travel for sure.
Yeah. What's your honorable mention? And then I'll mention my number 5. Or one of yours.
One of mine.
I have one.
It was a bucket list. And it was big. It was hairy. And it was muscular.
It was not hairy.
It was Gaston's cinnamon roll.
Bum, bum, bum.
And this is one of those, I wish I would have been hungry when I actually got it. I'm trying to find the picture.
Would you get it again?
Nah.
Why?
Well,
Tony's wanted this forever.
It was warm enough where it wasn't cold.
Right.
So it was right there. Everyone says to get the extra icing, but it actually had enough. But it actually had like a brown kind of.
It was like a caramel icing too.
The inside was really good and moist. I didn't realize I wasn't that hungry, so it wasn't like amazing to me. But you know,
when I've looked
it's definitely shareable. We have a pic. We'll definitely post a picture of it.
When I look at pictures of it online, like, I didn't understand how big it was. It's probably the size of my hand, like
the size of our kid's head right now.
Yeah, it's thick too. Like, it's probably like 3 inches thick.
You really probably need the extra icing, which everybody always says to get, which is no charge apparently. But yeah, it's big. Yeah, and like, I don't know, like, Tony was so excited to get it, so I wish that you would have liked it more. But I mean, well, I was trying to save my stomach too for the rest of the trip. Yes. Yeah, Tony's trying to be a bread, but you definitely need the extra little cup of icing with it, so you get that with it for sure. I had a taste of it, and it was good, like, but it wasn't. It was doughy. It was good, and it was doughy. No complaints. It just,
Yeah, and
It's
you can
good.
get that at Gaston's Tavern in Fantasyland. In Magic Kingdom, also at Main Street Bakery, you can get like the Mickey shaped cinnamon rolls.
It's the best one
If you're gonna get, I was gonna
for
say,
sure.
if you're gonna get a cinnamon roll, get this one because this one's like fresh and everything. The
I
Main
think
Street
it's
cinnamon
like
rolls look dry.
$7, $8 or something.
So if you could definitely. I feel like people always say like, oh, that's shareable, but like, no, this is actually shareable.
Yeah, no, this is like half a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
It's in the back, so like nobody knows about it. Everyone goes to the Starbucks or wherever in the front.
I don't know
You
why,
gotta
like-
go back there and get it.
When I've looked at pictures of it, I've never understood how big it is.
Yeah,
It's
monster.
like huge. Huge. Well, Tony took a picture of the side of it. Huge.
It's huge.
My fifth favorite thing that we ate was at Harambe Market in Animal Kingdom. I got the Harambe salad with chicken. It was chicken with quinoa with corn, black-eyed peas, chickpeas, like smoked or roasted chickpeas, and a chermoula vinaigrette. I'm not saying this because like it was so good. Like I was surprised at how much I liked it. We went to eat at Harambe Market because we had never eaten there, and we always eat at Satuli Canteen. We ate at Flame Tree Barbecue. We've eaten like at different places throughout the park. So we're like, this is the place that we need to try. I was surprised at how much I actually liked my salad. Like I told Tony, I was like, I felt like this was going to be really boring, but I was actually surprised at how good it was. So would I say it's the best thing that I ate on our entire trip? No, but it made the list because I was surprised at how good it actually was. Harambe Market is really cool too. I feel like people don't really talk about it because it serves bowls that are similar to what you can get at Satuli Canteen. And Satuli Canteen has like shaved beef and shaved chicken. So it's pretty similar. But Harambe Market's outside where Satuli Canteen is inside. However, the cool thing about Harambe Market that no one has mentioned before is that at the back of Harambe Market, there's like a chain link fence, and that looks out over the train that goes to Rafiki's Planet Watch. So I thought that was really cool. Like we got to watch the train go by multiple times while we were eating there.
Yeah, it's like a little hidden gem that like, gets you in the vibe of that whole area, the whole land. And definitely mobile order in that one.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hidden, but it's not.
Right.
Like, so you can get like a really long line really quick right there.
Yeah.
So we mobile order, we got a table, and then...
It was relaxing to sit there. The food was good. What did you get?
I got like another bowl that had chicken and shrimp, I believe.
Would you get that again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And like I said, I was blown away. I was like, wait, there's a train here to watch? Like there's something to watch like for the girls, if we ate there and the girls are bigger, they have a train to watch like while they're eating. Like something to like keep them entertained too.
Yeah, it's definitely right in the environment too.
And it's Cora Tinga Tinga is like a person who performs in Animal Kingdom, and he was performing right outside of there. It was just the atmosphere of it was really cool. I was definitely surprised by it.
So that's your honorable?
No, that was my number 5. What's your what's another honor?
What's your honorable?
My honorable mention is Cilantro Urban Eatery, which is a food truck that is located in Disney Springs. We went to Disney Springs one day, and I ate a chicken guy in the morning, which I love chicken guy now. Like I want to eat there when we go back. I would have added that to this list, but I feel like chicken guy, it's a chain. And so I was trying to come up with like unique places that are like unique to Disney. We walked around Disney Springs and we were getting ready to leave, I think. And we were just kind of finishing up our day. Over on the right across from like the M&M store at Disney Springs, there's a water area and there's some food trucks there. And I've always wanted to see like what the food trucks were. One of the food trucks was Cilantro Urban Eatery. It's out of Orlando, and we got the chicken tostadas there. They were so good. It had black beans on it, cojita cheese. It had avocado, lettuce. It was so good. Like I told Tony, I was like, this is something that we would love to make at the house. Like it was such a delicious meal. The only reason I didn't include it in my top 5 was because it's a food truck. I don't know that it would be anchored to like always being at Disney Springs. But if you're going to be at Disney Springs, definitely check out that area, especially if you're looking for a more casual thing. There's also seating along the water there. There were tables along the water and everything like that. So it's really like, if you're looking for an area that's relaxing, maybe you need to get away from the noise of Disney Springs, all of that stuff, I would highly recommend checking out those food trucks. There were like 4 different ones, and that one we just ate from, and it was amazing.
Yeah, we're going to just how to kick that. We haven't talked about anything we got in Epcot too.
No.
We got a lot to talk about in next episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. They gave you 2 of them.
Yeah, so we each
had
ate one.
And yeah, I don't think Realty are now, but there 3 or 4 food trucks. I think those were the only ones that when we were there. It was so early, but
I told Tony, I was like,
really good.
It was so good. I told Tony, I was like, this is
You can
something
sit by
that
the
we would eat
water.
at the house. Like, this type of food makes me excited for the day that we move to Florida one day to like have food like this. Because here in Texas, like we obviously have tons of Mexican food, but it's like Mexican food. I kind of like more of like the California style of Mexican food sometimes, with like the black beans and all of that stuff. It was so good.
Last honorable mention of the show, folks. Gotta wrap
What?
this one up.
Why?
Breakfast item, probably the only one.
Oh.
No breakfast items yet, huh?
Nope.
Last but not least,
We didn't really eat breakfast.
from Ale and Compass
Bum, bum, bum.
buffet. Never heard of it till we went there. It's a crab. Another one that I asked the waitress what's the best thing. This was one of the top 1 or 2. Crab Benedict. We gotta post pictures one too. So it gives you 2 English muffin or 2 halves, pile with crab on there. Give you the sunny side up egg, kind of.
Yeah.
Arugula, side potatoes. Got a most with it. This one easily could have been. I mean, these are all good. This could have been top. This could have been top 2.
Yeah, and so Ale and Compass, we were heading to Epcot for the day, and we were like, why don't we eat breakfast in the morning?
Rainy day.
Because we hadn't been eating breakfast anywhere. And so we made a dining reservation for Ale and Compass. We made it that morning. And Tony got the crab cake Benedict. But the cool thing about Ale and Compass is they have kind of like a small buffet, but then they also have entrees. So you can get just that entree that Tony was talking about, which the crab cake Benedict was $19 by itself. Or for $4 more, you can get their breakfast buffet, which is like fruit and yogurt.
So I got it. It's not really worth it, but I got.
It was only $4.
Yeah. But depends what your view is. I mean, it was
What?
kind of skimpy when I went up there because there's a lot of people and there's not much there. But I got biscuits and gravy and fruit. Other than that, they got some kind of
Pastries, right?
pastries and I mean, I guess it's $4. I mean, you can get as much, but then what do you need your dinner or your entree too? But
That's true.
it was good. I got the cheddar biscuits and like sausage gravy, fruit, and that was it.
Yeah,
End of story.
I got the American breakfast there, which was just like 2 scrambled eggs with bacon served with potatoes, and I think I got a side of fruit instead. I didn't go with the breakfast buffet because I went by and looked at it and I was like, I was like, no, it's okay. And like, because mine was going to be $7 more and mine came with toast too. So I
I'm
think
just
this
try
is
it
plenty.
just for science for this. Side note, folks, I became a pin trader. We'll talk about that later on. In the future.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Not a big deal. We've got to go, but later episode, I became a pin trader, and more to come.
Yeah, and
exciting.
so we have so
Pretty
much to talk to
exciting.
about. So much to talk to about. So we got to wrap up this episode because it's going to be about an hour long. But one of the cool things that we did when we were at Epcot on our day at Epcot was we went into each of the pavilions and we got a treat to try in each of the countries.
I wouldn't call it a treat.
We've been wanting to do this.
We got an item
a
specific
packaged item.
that's made in that country, I guess, supposedly, and we're gonna try them out.
Yeah. So we're going to try them out. We're going to make it into a video for either TikTok or YouTube because we're going to start doing vlogs too. So
Editors
be
are
sure.
shutting us down for the night. We've got to go. Things
He's
are happening.
not the editor, but
I said they're shutting us down. I'm not the
oh yeah. I
I'm
thought he
not
said
qual-
the
I'm not-
editor.
I'm not qualified to even be here
I thought
talking.
he said the editor shut us down. Yeah.
I just work here.
Oh, me too. So that's going to do it for this week's episode. As always, be sure to give us a follow at the Double Dose of Disney Fam on both Instagram and TikTok to keep the fun rolling. We'll be creating a Double Dose of Disney Fam YouTube page too, but just haven't, that's on the list. So please leave us a rating and review. That helps us go so far to grow the podcast and to continue expanding what we get to do each week. We will talk to you next time
And send us your questions, your comments, whatever you got, so we can put it
on Instagram.
anything. Yeah, wherever we're at, that we can do future. What you want to know, what we can help you with, and questions you have about whatever.
Yeah.
We want to hear it.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.